So, artificial intelligence. If you've been living under a rock for the past couple of years, congratulations. You've probably got better mental health than the rest of us. But for everyone else, AI is everywhere. It's in our phones, it's in our workplaces, it's in our relationships. And apparently it's now in our therapy sessions. More than 1 in 3 UK residents are now using AI to support their mental health or well-being. Nearly half of adults with mental health conditions have used chatbots for psychological support. 18% of college students have used AI for mental health, and the ones with the most severe symptoms are the most likely to do it. And here's the thing that keeps me up at night. We have no idea what we're doing. We're handing over our deepest fears, our darkest thoughts, our most vulnerable moments to algorithms that don't have feelings, don't have ethics, and definitely don't have a duty of care. And we're doing it because it's cheap, it's available, and sometimes it feels like it's listening. But is it helping, or is it making everything worse? Today we're talking about AI and mental health. The good, the bad, and the genuinely terrifying. Grab a cuppa, this one is going to get weird. Let's start with the chatbot in your pocket, because millions of people are now using AI for emotional support. And on the surface it makes sense. It's always available, it doesn't judge, it doesn't get tired, and it doesn't charge you £80 an hour. But here's the problem. AI chatbots are sycophants. They tell you what you want to hear, they agree with you, they validate you. And that sounds nice, right? Until you realise that sometimes what you need is someone to tell you you're wrong. Researchers found that the efficacy of generative AI chatbots for mental health is modest at best and significantly smaller than face-to-face cognitive behavioural therapy, which is another way of saying it's better than nothing, but it's not actually very good. And for people with serious conditions, it can be actively dangerous. A preprint study found that AI may amplify delusional or grandiose content in interactions with users vulnerable to psychosis. It's not just unhelpful, it can make things worse. Experts have warned that we're sliding into an abyss with unregulated AI mental health tools. In August 2025, Illinois became the first US state to ban AI chatbots from acting as standalone therapists, which is great, but also one state, 1 out of 50. That's not exactly a flood of regulation, is it? And then there's the data privacy nightmare. When you pour your soul out to a chatbot, where does that information go? Who owns it? What happens if the company gets bought or hacked or just decides to change its terms of service? Your deepest secrets are now someone else's data. Now let's talk about AI companions, the chatbots that are designed to be your friend, your confidant, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your emotional support robot. A 2025 report found that 72% of teens had used an AI companion, and a third of them had chosen to discuss important or serious matters with AI instead of real people. Let that sink in. A third of teenagers are choosing to talk to a computer instead of a human being. And I get it, I really do. Real people are complicated. Real people judge you. Real people have their own problems and don't always have the energy for yours. An AI companion is always there, always nice, always supportive. It's like having a friend who never talks about themselves, which sounds amazing until you realise that friendship is supposed to be a two-way street. Research on AI companions have found mixed effects. Users report reduced loneliness and always available support, but heavy daily use correlates with increased loneliness. The more you rely on the AI, the more isolated you become. It's a trap, a very polite, very empathetic trap. One study found that prolonged in-depth engagement with a chatbot isn't healthy for people with suicidal or psychotic tendencies. And there's emerging evidence that AI cyber companion systems can cause psychosis, which is terrifying. The thing that's supposed to help you might actually be breaking your brain. And here's the really disturbing part. There are people who genuinely believe their AI companion is real. Reddit communities like My Boyfriend AI are full of people who have formed deep emotional attachments to chatbots. They're not delusional, they know it's AI, but they formed an attachment anyway because the AI is kind to them in a way that real people aren't. That's not a relationship, that's a symptom. Now let's talk about the algorithms, the invisible hand that curates your entire online experience. AI-driven social media algorithms are designed to keep you engaged, and the best way to keep you engaged? Give you content that makes you feel something. Anger, outrage, anxiety, insecurity. The algorithm doesn't care if the content is good for you, it cares if you stay. Researchers found that appearance-driven platforms like TikTok and Instagram intensify social comparison, FOMO, and compulsive self-monitoring. They're designed to make you feel like you're not good enough, and then they show you an ad for a product that will fix it. It's a cycle, a very profitable cycle. AI curated content on platforms like TikTok and YouTube reinforces reductive, stigmatizing narratives of mental health that depict individuals as dysfunctional or less human. The algorithm isn't helping you understand your mental health. It's feeding you content that makes you feel broken and then selling you a solution. There's even a concept called algorithmic entrapment, the silent erosion of user autonomy and mental health. Your online environment is curated by recommender systems that learn from your behaviour and keep feeding you more of the same. The more anxious you are, the more anxious content you get. The more depressed you are, the more depressing content you get. The algorithm doesn't want you to get better, it wants you to stay engaged. And teenagers? They're the most vulnerable. Canadian data shows significant increases in hospital admissions for eating disorders, self-harm, and anxiety. And research implicates the structure of digital platforms themselves. It's not just that social media is bad for teens, it's that social media is designed to be bad for teens. Let's talk about deepfakes, because this is where it gets properly dystopian. AI-generated, non-consensual sexual imagery has been associated with anxiety, depressive disorders, PTSD, and suicidality. A 2025 global survey across 119 countries found that many women are experiencing severe mental health impacts, including anxiety, depression, and PTSD in connection with AI-enabled online violence. It's not just sexual deepfakes, it's the erosion of trust in everything. Deepfakes cause deception, false memories, attitude shift, and a generalised distrust in media. When you can't trust what you see, when you can't trust what you hear, and when you can't trust anything, that's not just confusing, that's existentially destabilising. And then there's the deepfake therapy industry. Companies are now offering to let you process grief by speaking with a deceased loved one in avatar form, or manage anxiety by rehearsing a conversation with your boss. It sounds like something from Black Mirror. It is something from Black Mirror, but it's real and people are paying for it. I don't know about you, but I don't want to process my grief with a computer-generated version of someone I lost. I want to remember them as they were. I don't want a deepfake telling me it's okay. I want to feel the grief. I want to process it. I don't want to outsource it to an algorithm. And then there's the job thing, because nothing says existential dread like the possibility that your entire career could be replaced by a computer. AI-induced job displacement is a real documented phenomenon. There's even a proposed clinical construct called artificial intelligence replacement dysfunction, or AIRD, describing the psychological and existential distress of job displacement due to AI. A 2025 study found a positive correlation between AI implementation in the workplace and anxiety and depression. Workers are experiencing AI anxiety, a multidimensional psychological phenomenon encompassing concerns about job displacement, skill obsolescence, and ethical dilemmas. And what does that anxiety look like? Emotional shock, erosion of professional identity, chronic anxiety, and anticipatory rumination, social withdrawal, perceived organisational betrayal. Sound familiar? It's burnout, but with existential dread. So what can we do? Number 1. Be sceptical. Don't trust an AI with your mental health. Use it as a supplement, not a substitute. Talk to a real person when you can. Number 2. Protect your data. Read the terms of service. Understand what happens to your data. Don't pour your soul into something you don't own. Number 3. Curate your feed. The algorithm is not your friend, it's a tool. Use it, Don't let it use you. Unfollow accounts that make you feel worse. Mute keywords that trigger you. Take back control. Number 4. Push for regulation. We need better laws, better oversight, better protections. Illinois banned AI therapists. We need more than that. Number 5. Stay human. Talk to people, in real life, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Technology is a tool. It's not a replacement for connection. AI is here. It's not going anywhere, and it's going to change everything, including how we think about mental health. Some of it will be helpful. Some of it will be harmful. And a lot of it will be weird and confusing, and we won't know what to do with it. But here's what I know. We can't afford to be passive. We can't afford to just let the algorithms run our lives. We can't afford to outsource our mental health to chatbots that don't care about us. We have to stay awake, stay critical, stay human. If this resonated with you, if you've ever had a conversation with an AI that felt a bit too real, or if you're worried about what all of this means, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're new here, please subscribe. It helps more than you know. It helps to keep the show going. If you'd like to support the show, there are links in the description. Until next time, be kind to your brain, and maybe don't tell your deepest, darkest secrets to a robot. This is Anxiously Ever After. I'm Jenny.